Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a topic that can truly change your life, becoming unstoppable and successful. Now, I'm not just talking about average success, I'm talking about the kind of success where you feel absolutely unstoppable, where nothing and no one can stand in your way. So let's get started with something fundamental. Master your mindset. Every result in your life starts with one thing, your thoughts. If you want to be successful, you need to first condition your mind for it. I think about it like this: your mind is like a garden. If you plant weeds of doubt, fear, and indecision, guess what? You'll get a life full of obstacles. But if you plant seeds of belief, confidence, and determination, you'll harvest greatness. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common: they've mastered their mindset. Next, I want to talk about massive action. No one has ever achieved greatness by sitting on the sidelines, hoping success would just fall into their lap. You need to get off the bench and onto the field. Massive, relentless action is the name of the game. You've got to act when you feel ready, but more importantly, when you don't. Because success doesn't wait for perfect timing, it rewards boldness. Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you willing to push yourself beyond what's comfortable? Now let me share with you a powerful principle that can change everything: leverage pain and pleasure. As humans, we're wired to avoid pain and chase pleasure. But here's the thing: what if you could use pain as a motivator instead of something to fear? Imagine you're stuck in a job you hate. Instead of tolerating it, associate massive pain with staying in that situation and pleasure with the change you desire. When you leverage these emotions correctly, you can break through barriers that once seemed immovable. Here's another key focus on what you can control. You can't control the economy, you can't control other people's actions, and you can't always control what happens around you. But you can control one thing: your response. And that, my friends, is where your power lies. By focusing on how you react to life's challenges, you regain control. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the architect of your destiny. Unshakable confidence. What does that mean to you? To me, it's the belief in yourself, even when the whole world is against you. Confidence is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it grows with use. You must challenge yourself every day, even when you doubt your ability, because confidence is built not when things go right, but when you rise after failure. The next key is something that will accelerate your growth: find and model mentors. Success leaves clues. If you want to achieve something great, find someone who has already done it. Study their habits, strategies, and mindset and model it. Why reinvent the wheel when you can follow a blueprint? Raise your standards. The quality of your life is a direct reflection of the standards you hold for yourself. If you set the bar low, you'll get mediocre results. If you set it high, and I mean really high, you'll push yourself beyond what you thought possible. So ask yourself, what are you no longer willing to tolerate? What new standard will you set for yourself starting today? Lastly, commit to lifelong growth. If you want to be truly unstoppable, you must fall in love with learning. The minute you stop growing, you start dying. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And on this journey, your growth is your greatest asset. Keep reading, keep learning, keep pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone. So let's recap: master your mind, take massive action, leverage pain and pleasure, focus on what you can control, build unshakable confidence, model successful mentors, raise your standards, and commit to lifelong growth. If you do these things, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you from becoming the success you were meant to be. Your mindset is the foundation for everything. It dictates not just what you think, but what you do, how you feel, and ultimately the results you get in life. When we talk about success, most people focus on strategy, skills, or techniques. But the truth is, none of those things matter if your mind isn't wired for success. Think of it like this: your mind is the operating system, and every action you take is just a program running on that system. If your operating system is outdated, full of limiting beliefs, doubts, and fear, how can you expect to execute the programs of success? It all starts with belief. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your potential? The truth is, most people are held back not by external circumstances, but by their own internal dialogue. The stories they tell themselves about what they can or can't do, the limits they impose on their own potential. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or that success is for others, you're building walls around your own progress. But if you begin to rewrite those stories, if you start to believe that you are capable of extraordinary things, your entire life changes. Now, I'm not talking about some pie-in-the-sky positive thinking. This isn't about ignoring reality. It's about shifting your focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. And whatever you feel, you start to experience as reality. If you focus on problems, on obstacles, on the reasons why you can't, your mind will confirm that for you. You'll see all the reasons why success is out of reach. But if you train yourself to focus on solutions, on opportunities, on growth, suddenly the world opens up. You'll start to see pathways where there were once only barriers. The key is conditioning. Just like you condition your body by going to the gym, you have to condition your mind. Most people think that successful people are born confident or born with a strong mindset. But that's not true. They've built it brick by brick over time. They've conditioned themselves to think differently, to react differently, and to take control of their thoughts. You need to do the same. How do you do that? It starts with awareness. You have to become hyper aware of your thoughts. Most people let their minds run on autopilot, filled with negativity, doubt, and fear without even realizing it. You need to catch those thoughts the moment they arise. When that voice in your head says, I'm not good enough, you have to stop it and replace it with something empowering. You have to actively feed your mind with the belief that you can and will succeed. Then it's about repetition. Repetition is the mother of all mastery. The more you tell yourself you're capable, the more you visualize yourself achieving your goals, the more it becomes a part of you. At first, it might feel fake. You might say to yourself, I don't believe this, but that's because your mind has been conditioned for years to think otherwise. It takes time to rewire those neural pathways. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Your environment plays a huge role in this as well. You can't surround yourself with negative people, watch negative media, or consume toxic information and expect to have a powerful, success-oriented mindset. You need to guard your mind like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, who push you to raise your standards. Feed your mind daily with content that uplifts you, that educates you, that keeps you focused on growth. And finally, understand that setbacks are part of the process. Most people think success is a straight line. They believe that if they fail, it's a sign that they're not cut out for it. But those who have mastered their mindset know that failure is part of the journey. It's not a setback, it's a setup for a comeback. Every time you fail, you're learning something, you're growing. And as long as you have the right mindset, failure can never stop you. In fact, it becomes a fuel for your growth. When you truly master your mindset, you become unstoppable. Because no matter what happens externally, whether you face challenges, failures, or setbacks internally, you remain strong, focused, and determined. You become the kind of person who sees opportunity where others see obstacles, who find solutions where others find excuses, and who keeps moving forward no matter what. That's the power of mastering your mindset. When you do that, you're no longer just reacting to life, you're creating it. And when you're the creator of your life, success becomes inevitable. Success doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice, by the actions you take, and more importantly, by the size and intensity of those actions. Far too many people dream about success, but they remain stuck because they never take the leap. They overthink, hesitate, and wait for the perfect moment that never arrives. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, you must understand this fundamental truth: action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. But not just any action, massive, relentless action. Taking massive action means going beyond what feels comfortable, beyond what feels easy. It's pushing yourself to operate at a level where most people would stop. It's about doing what others aren't willing to do, because that's what separates the average from the exceptional. Most people are content with taking small, cautious steps, hoping they'll eventually get to their destination. But if you want to be unstoppable, you have to go all in. You have to operate with a sense of urgency, as if your life depended on it, because in many ways it does. Your dreams, your potential, your fulfillment all depend on the actions you take. Massive action isn't about doing more of the same thing. It's about doing things differently, more effectively, and with more intensity. It's about turning up the heat in every area of your life. If you're trying to build a business, it's not enough to make a few calls or send a few emails. You need to be relentless in your pursuit, reaching out to more people, trying more strategies, and doing whatever it takes to create momentum. If you're working on improving your health, going to the gym once a week won't cut it. You need to commit to a plan, stay consistent, and push your limits every day. Here's the thing: massive action creates massive momentum. When you start taking big, bold steps, things begin to shift. Opportunities start to open up. You attract the right people, the right circumstances, and the right resources. It's as if the universe starts to respond to your energy. But it's not magic, it's the direct result of you putting in the work. When you take massive action, you're telling the world, I'm serious about my goals and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve them. Many people wait for inspiration or motivation before they act. They think they need to feel ready before they can get started. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you take that first step, even if it's uncomfortable, you start to build momentum. Each step forward fuels the next one. It's in the doing that you find your drive. If you wait to feel motivated, you could be waiting forever. But if you act, even when you don't feel like it, you'll find that the motivation follows. Another key aspect of massive action is resilience, because when you take big, bold actions, you're going to face challenges, you're going to encounter setbacks, failures, and roadblocks, but that's part of the process. You have to understand that every failure, every rejection is just feedback. It's showing you what's not working so you can adjust and improve. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than they've succeeded. But they kept going. They didn't stop because they faced adversity. They used it as fuel to take even more action. One of the biggest obstacles to taking massive action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But the truth is, fear is just a product of your mind. It's not real. The only way to overcome fear is to face it head on by taking action. Every time you push through fear, you weaken its hold over you. Every time you take a bold step, despite the fear, you build courage. And the more courageous you become, the easier it is to take even bigger actions in the future. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. Now let's talk about consistency. Massive action isn't a one-time thing. It's not about going all out for a week or a month and then slowing down. It's about sustained, consistent effort over time. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. You need to commit to the process and show up every single day, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when you don't see immediate results. Because the truth is, the results won't come overnight. But if you keep putting in the work, day in and day out, they will come. Massive action also requires adaptability. Sometimes you'll take action and it won't produce the results you expected. That's not a sign to quit, it's a sign to adjust. You have to be willing to pivot, to try new approaches, to experiment until you find what works. The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and obstacles. But if you stay committed to taking massive action, you'll find your way through. It's about being persistent but flexible. You don't change your goals, but you might need to change your approach. Finally, taking massive action means embracing discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. If you're not feeling uncomfortable, you're not pushing hard enough. The most successful people have learned to get comfortable being uncomfortable. They understand that discomfort is a sign of progress. When you're taking massive action, you're going to face moments where you feel like quitting, where you doubt yourself, where the pressure feels overwhelming. But that's where the magic happens. That's where you grow. And that's where success is born. In the end, taking massive action is about committing fully to your goals. It's about being all in, no excuses, no half measures. It's about putting in the work day after day with unwavering determination. Because when you do that, when you take massive, consistent, and intentional action, you become unstoppable. You create your own momentum. You break through barriers. And you achieve the kind of success that most people only dream about. Pain and pleasure are two of the most powerful forces that drive every decision you make. Whether you realize it or not, every action you take is guided by the desire to avoid pain or the pursuit of pleasure. But here's the thing, most people let pain and pleasure control them unconsciously rather than using these forces to their advantage. If you want to become unstoppable and successful, you need to learn how to consciously leverage pain and pleasure to fuel your growth, your decisions, and your actions. At its core, pain is a signal your mind and body's way of telling you that something needs to change. It's a catalyst, a motivator. Most people think of pain as something to avoid at all costs. But when you learn to harness it, pain becomes one of your greatest tools for transformation. Think about it, some of the biggest breakthroughs in your life likely came after a moment of intense pain, whether it was a financial struggle, a health crisis, a relationship failure, or hitting rock bottom in some way. That pain forced you to reassess, to change your approach, and to take massive action. The key is to not wait until you're forced by circumstances to act. Instead, use pain intentionally to drive you forward. One of the most effective ways to do this is to associate massive pain with not taking action, with staying stuck where you are. Imagine you're living a life that's far below your potential, whether it's a dead-end job, a body that's out of shape, or a life devoid of passion. Now, instead of tolerating it, link deep emotional pain to staying in that situation. Picture yourself 5, 10, 20 years from now, still in the same spot, still living beneath your potential. Feel the disappointment, the regret, the frustration that comes from knowing you could have been more, done more, achieved more. When you vividly imagine that kind of pain, it stirs something inside you. It creates urgency. It ignites a fire within you to change. Because the truth is, we don't change when we're comfortable. We change when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of taking action. If you can make staying stagnant more painful in your mind than the discomfort of growth, you'll be driven to act, no matter how hard or uncomfortable it may seem. But it's not just about pain. Pleasure is equally important. If pain pushes you away from what you don't want, pleasure pulls you toward what you do want. You need to associate massive pleasure with achieving your goals, with taking action, with moving forward. This is where visualization becomes a powerful tool. Imagine in vivid detail what your life will look like when you achieve your goals. Picture the financial freedom, the physical health, the strong relationships, the sense of purpose and fulfillment. See it, feel it, experience the joy and satisfaction of living your dream life. The more real you can make that pleasure in your mind, the more it will pull you forward. Your brain can't always tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and reality. So when you consistently visualize the pleasure of success, you're training your mind to move in that direction. You're creating a mental blueprint of where you want to go, and your actions will naturally follow that blueprint. This is why top athletes, performers, and entrepreneurs use visualization. They're not just daydreaming, they're conditioning their minds to seek pleasure in the actions that lead to success. Here's where it gets even more powerful: combined pain and pleasure. It's not just about avoiding pain or seeking pleasure, it's about linking both in a way that creates maximum leverage. Let's say you have a goal to get in the best shape of your life. On one hand, you can link massive pain to staying out of shape. Think about how it feels to be tired all the time, to lack confidence in your appearance, to face potential health problems in the future. Make that pain real in your mind. Then on the other hand, link massive pleasure to achieving your fitness goals. Visualize yourself full of energy, confident in how you look, and living a long, healthy life. By attaching both pain and pleasure to your goal, you create a powerful internal drive that makes it almost impossible not to take action. This strategy applies to every area of life. Let's talk about procrastination for a moment. Why do so many people put off doing the things they know will move them forward? It's because In the moment, they link more pain to doing the task than they do to avoiding it. They feel like taking action will be uncomfortable or hard, so they choose the temporary pleasure of avoiding it. But what they don't see is the long-term pain that comes from procrastination, missed opportunities, stress, regret, and unfulfilled potential. If you want to break the cycle of procrastination, you have to flip the equation. You need to link immediate pain to procrastination and massive pleasure to taking action. Think about the pain of continuing to procrastinate. Picture the stress piling up, the opportunities slipping through your fingers, the disappointment of not living up to your potential. Then think about the pleasure of taking action, the satisfaction of getting things done, the pride of making progress, the freedom that comes from eliminating stress. When you associate these emotions strongly enough, procrastination no longer feels like a viable option. But let's take this deeper. Pain and pleasure can also help you change habits and behaviors that are holding you back. Let's say you have a habit you want to break. Maybe it's overeating, smoking, or spending too much time on social media. The reason you keep doing it is because in your mind, you associate more pleasure with the habit than pain. The immediate pleasure of indulging in the habit outweighs the long-term consequences in your mind. To change this, you need to shift the association. Start linking massive pain to the habit. Focus on how it's affecting your health, your energy, your confidence, your success. Make that pain real and intense in your mind. At the same time, link massive pleasure to breaking the habit. Imagine the freedom, the sense of accomplishment, the boost in your quality of life that comes from leaving that habit behind. When the pain of continuing outweighs the pleasure, the habit starts to lose its grip on you. Pain and pleasure are the driving forces behind every decision you make. If you're not consciously using them, they're using you. But when you take control of these forces, when you learn to leverage them in a way that serves you, you can create change faster than you'd ever thought possible. You can break through barriers that have held you back for years. You can develop new habits, and you can push yourself towards success with a level of intensity and focus that feels almost automatic. This isn't just about theory, it's about rewiring your brain to take action. Every time you hesitate, every time you feel stuck, ask yourself, what pain am I avoiding? What pleasure am I seeking? Then flip the script. Link more pain to staying where you are and more pleasure to moving forward. When you master this, you'll find that taking action becomes second nature.
You'll stop waiting, stop procrastinating, and start creating the life you truly want. Because pain and pleasure will no longer control you, you'll control you.
In life, there are countless things outside of your control: events, people's opinions, the economy, circumstances that seem to come out of nowhere. The problem for most people is that they spend too much time focusing on those things. They get caught up in what they can't change, and as a result, they feel powerless, frustrated, and stuck. But the truth is, if you want to be successful, if you want to be truly unstoppable, you need to shift your focus.
You need to stop worrying about what's outside of your control and start mastering what you can control. That's where your true power lies.
When you focus on things you can't control, you give away your power. You create unnecessary stress and anxiety because you're fixated on outcomes you have no influence over. This leads to a feeling of helplessness, and that helplessness often results in inaction or poor decisions. But when you focus on what's within your control, you take back your power. You shift your energy and attention to areas where you can make a real difference, where your actions matter. That's where you gain traction, create progress, and build momentum. So what can you control? First and foremost, you can control your mindset. You may not be able to control the events that happen to you, but you can always control how you respond to them. Life will throw challenges, setbacks, and obstacles in your way that's inevitable. But it's your response that determines whether those challenges defeat you or fuel you. The most successful people aren't the ones who have perfect circumstances. They're the ones who have learned to master their mindset, regardless of the circumstances. They train themselves to see opportunity where others see obstacles. They choose to focus on solutions, not problems. They decide in every moment to respond with strength, resilience, and determination. Your thoughts are within your control. And your thoughts shape your emotions, your actions, and ultimately your destiny. If you constantly think about how hard things are, how unfair life is, or how others are to blame for your situation, you're going to feel defeated. But if you shift your thinking, if you focus on what you can do, on the resources you do have, on the opportunities that exist even in the midst of challenges, you create a powerful shift. Your mind starts to work in your favor instead of against you. You begin to see ways forward that you didn't notice before. Another thing you can control is your effort. You may not always control the outcome, but you can always control how much effort you put in. Too many people let their effort be dictated by their mood or by external circumstances. They wait for motivation to show up, or they let a bad day affect their work ethic. But if you want to be successful, your effort has to be non-negotiable. You have to commit to giving 100% day in and day out, regardless of how you feel or what's happening around you. Because here's the truth: consistent, massive action is what creates results. Even when you don't see immediate progress, even when things seem to be going against you, if you keep showing up and putting in work, you will eventually break through. You can also control your attitude. This may seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Your attitude is the lens through which you see the world, and it affects everything from how you interact with others to how you approach challenges. A positive, resilient attitude gives you the energy and mental toughness to keep going when things get tough. It allows you to stay resourceful, creative, and open to new solutions. On the other hand, a negative attitude shuts down possibilities. It drains your energy and makes you more likely to give up when faced with adversity. Attitude isn't something that just happens to you, it's a choice. Every day you have the choice to focus on what's good, what's possible, and what you can learn from any situation. It doesn't mean ignoring the challenges, but it does mean choosing not to be defeated by them. When you take responsibility for your attitude, you gain an edge, because while others are stuck in negativity, frustration, or fear, you're moving forward with clarity, confidence, and determination. Your habits are also within your control. The small, consistent actions you take every day are what shape your life. Too many people underestimate the power of habits because they're focused on big, dramatic changes. But success isn't about one big move. It's about the accumulation of small daily actions over time. If you can control your habits, you can control your results. The key is to design habits that align with your goals. What are the daily actions that will move you closer to where you want to be? What are the habits of the person you want to become? Once you know that, it's about creating routines that reinforce those habits day after day. And here's the thing, controlling your habits isn't just about discipline, it's about creating systems that make success inevitable. You can't rely on willpower alone. You need to structure your environment in a way that supports your habits.
If you want to eat healthier, make sure your environment is filled with healthy options. If you want to be more productive, eliminate distractions and create a space that fosters focus.
When you set yourself up for success with intentional habits, you take control of your life in a way that feels almost automatic. You also control your choices. Every day you're faced with countless decisions, both big and small. And while you can't control everything that happens, you always have a choice in how you respond. You can choose to let challenges defeat you, or you can choose to rise above them. You can choose to blame others for your situation, or you can choose to take responsibility and find a way forward. You can choose to give up, or you can choose to keep going, even when it's hard. Your choices are the building blocks of your future. Every decision you make is either moving you closer to your goals or further away from them. When you focus on what you can control, you also create a sense of certainty in an uncertain world. You may not know what the economy will do, what others will say or do, or what challenges lie ahead. But you do know that you can control how you show up, you can control your mindset, your effort, your attitude, your habits, and your choices. And when you focus on those things, you create a foundation of strength and stability that nothing can shake. This shift in focus also frees you from wasting energy on things that don't matter. Too many people spend their mental and emotional energy worrying about things they can't change, whether it's the past, other people's opinions, or future uncertainties. But when you focus on what you can control, you reclaim that energy, you direct it toward productive actions that move you forward. You stop being reactive and you start being proactive. Ultimately, success isn't about having control over everything. It's about mastering the things that are within your control. And when you do that, you create a life where you're no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You're in the driver's seat, steering your own course. That's how you become unstoppable. By focusing on what you can control, you take full ownership of your life, your actions, and your results. And when you do that, no challenge, no setback, and no obstacle can stop you from reaching your potential. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, something you cultivate, and something you reinforce through consistent action. True, unshakable confidence isn't about arrogance or pretending to have it all together. It's about having a deep, unmovable belief in yourself and your abilities and in your capacity to figure things out no matter what life throws at you. This kind of confidence makes you unstoppable because it gives you the courage to face any challenge, take bold risks, and pursue your dreams with unwavering determination. The first step in building unshakable confidence is understanding where real confidence comes from. It doesn't come from external validation or from always having things go your way. Confidence is born out of certainty, the certainty that you can rely on yourself. And that certainty is built through action, experience, and proving to yourself over and over again that you can handle whatever comes your way. Every time you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, every time you face a fear, every time you take on a challenge and come out the other side, you build a deeper sense of trust in yourself. Most people think confidence comes after they've achieved success, but the truth is confidence precedes success. It's the fuel that drives you to take the necessary actions that lead to success. If you wait until you feel confident to take action, you'll be waiting forever. But if you take action, even when you feel uncertain or afraid, you'll start to build that confidence piece by piece. It's through taking risks, through failing and learning, through trying again that you develop the kind of confidence that can't be shaken by setbacks or doubts. One of the biggest barriers to confidence is fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. But here's the key: confidence isn't the absence of fear. Confidence is acting in spite of fear. The most confident people in the world still feel fear, but they don't let it stop them. They've trained themselves to see fear not as a barrier, but as a signal that they're about to grow. When you can reframe fear as a sign that you're on the right path, because growth and progress only happen outside of your comfort zone, you start to approach challenges with a sense of excitement rather than dread. Another critical part of building unshakable confidence is mastering your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself shapes your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, or that you don't have what it takes, those thoughts will become your truth.
Your brain is always listening, and it will seek to prove you right. But the good news is you can rewire that inner dialogue. Start speaking to yourself with the same encouragement and belief you would offer to someone you love. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, focus on what you can do. Instead of dwelling on your weaknesses, recognize your strengths. Instead of telling yourself you might fail, remind yourself that failure is just a stepping stone to success.
Confidence also comes from preparation. When you put in the work, when you've honed your skills and mastered your craft, you naturally feel more confident. There's a certain level of certainty that comes from knowing you've done the work and you're ready. Think about a time when you walked into a situation fully prepared, whether it was a presentation, a competition, or a big meeting. How did that preparation affect your confidence? Now compare that to a time when you weren't prepared and you felt uncertain or anxious. The difference is night and day. When you're prepared, you can face challenges with a sense of calm and assurance because you've built a solid foundation. But here's the truth, you can't always be 100% prepared for everything. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes you'll face situations where you have to jump in without all the information or without having mastered every skill. This is where the second layer of confidence comes in, the confidence in your ability to figure things out as you go. No one has all the answers, and no one is ever perfectly prepared for every challenge. But if you develop the belief that no matter what happens, you can learn, adapt, and grow, you'll have the confidence to take action even in uncertainty. Your confidence will also grow through small wins. Too often people discount their progress because they're only focused on the big end goal. But confidence is built through incremental progress. Every small win is a building block that strengthens your belief in yourself. It's easy to get discouraged when you're only looking at the distance between where you are and where you want to be. But when you start acknowledging your small victories along the way, you begin to see that you're moving forward, that you're capable of making progress. And that success is a process, not a destination. One of the most powerful ways to build unshakable confidence is through a relentless commitment to growth. Confidence comes from knowing that you're always improving, always learning, and always getting better. It's not about being perfect, it's about being on a path of continuous improvement. When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop seeing setbacks as failures and start seeing them as opportunities to learn and grow. This shifts your entire approach to challenges. Instead of fearing mistakes, you embrace them because you know they're part of the process of becoming better. It's also about who you surround yourself with. The people you spend time with have a massive impact on your confidence. If you're around people who are constantly negative, who doubt you, or who don't believe in themselves, that energy will rub off on you. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, and who believe in your potential, your confidence will soar. Choose to be around people who inspire you, who push you to grow, and who celebrate your successes.
The right environment can either propel you forward or hold you back, so be intentional about the company you keep.
Another essential part of unshakable confidence is owning your worth. Too many people tie their confidence to external factors, whether it's their accomplishments, their appearance, or the approval of others. But if your confidence is based on something outside of yourself, it will always be fragile. True confidence comes from knowing your worth independent of what you achieve or what others think. You are worthy simply because you exist. When you internalize that truth, you stop seeking validation from the outside world and you start operating from a place of self-assurance. This doesn't mean you stop striving for success or improvement, but it means that your sense of worth isn't tied to the outcome. It's rooted in who you are, not in what you do. Finally, confidence is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you take a step toward your goal, every time you face a fear, every time you push through doubt, you're building that muscle. Confidence isn't a one-time achievement, it's something you continually build and reinforce through your actions. As you start to raise your standards, you will inevitably encounter challenges and setbacks. This is part of the process. However, it's essential to see these challenges not as reasons to lower your standards, but as opportunities to reinforce them.
Each time you face adversity, ask yourself how you can use it to grow. Instead of retreating back to your old, comfortable standards, lean into the discomfort and remind yourself why you raised your standards in the first place. Raising your standards also involves a willingness to let go of toxic influences. Often the people and environments we surround ourselves with can significantly impact our standards. If you're surrounded by negativity, pessimism, or complacency, it can be challenging to maintain high standards. Identify those influences in your life and make a conscious effort to distance yourself from them. Seek out people who inspire you, challenge you, and hold you to a higher standard. The right environment will uplift you and reinforce your commitment to excellence. Moreover, raising your standards is about celebrating your progress along the way. As you make changes and uphold your new standards, take time to acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small. Celebrating your progress reinforces positive behavior and creates motivation to continue. When you recognize your wins, you build momentum, and that momentum propels you forward. It's easy to get caught up in what's next and overlook how far you've come.
Regularly reflect on your journey and give yourself credit for the work you've put in. Finally, remember that raising your standards is a lifelong journey. It's not a one-time event, it's an ongoing commitment to growth and excellence. As you achieve your goals, you'll find that your standards will naturally evolve. What once seemed ambitious may become your new baseline, and that's perfectly okay. Embrace the journey of continuously raising your standards, and you'll find that you unlock new potentials within yourself that you never thought possible. In the end, raising your standards is about choosing to live a life of excellence. It's about holding yourself accountable for your growth and success. When you commit to raising your standards, you take control of your life and destiny.
You transform from someone who settles for mediocrity into someone who pursues greatness relentlessly. This commitment to high standards will set you on a path to becoming truly unstoppable, creating a life that not only meets your expectations but exceeds them in ways you never imagined.
Committing to lifelong growth is one of the most powerful decisions you can make on your journey towards success and fulfillment. It's about adopting a mindset that values continuous improvement, embracing new challenges, and recognizing that growth is not a destination but a lifelong journey. When you commit to lifelong growth, you open yourself up to endless possibilities, opportunities, and experiences that can enrich your life in profound ways. The first step in this commitment is to cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, hard work, and perseverance. This mindset fosters resilience and encourages you to see challenges as opportunities for learning rather than obstacles to overcome. When you face setbacks, instead of seeing them as failures, you view them as essential parts of the growth process.
This perspective allows you to bounce back more quickly and learn valuable lessons along the way. It transforms adversity into a teacher, and each lesson learned becomes a stepping stone toward your future success. To truly commit to lifelong growth, you must actively seek out new experiences and challenges. This means stepping out of your comfort zone and pushing your boundaries. Comfort is often the enemy of growth. When you stay within familiar territory, you limit your potential. Instead, embrace discomfort as a sign that you are stretching yourself. This could mean taking on new responsibilities at work, pursuing a passion you've always wanted to explore, or even confronting personal fears. Each time you confront discomfort and take action anyway, you reinforce your commitment to growth and develop new skills, insights, and strengths. Education is a fundamental pillar of lifelong growth. In today's fast-paced world, learning doesn't stop after formal education. The most successful individuals understand the importance of continuous learning and make it a priority. This could involve reading books, attending workshops, enrolling in courses, or simply seeking out information that challenges your current understanding. The more knowledge you acquire, the better equipped you are to navigate life's challenges and seize opportunities. Lifelong learning not only expands your skill set, but also keeps your mind sharp and your perspectives fresh. It encourages curiosity and a hunger for knowledge, which are essential for personal and professional growth. Surrounding yourself with people who share your commitment to growth can significantly enhance your journey. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset and habits.
When you are surrounded by individuals who value growth, their energy and motivation can inspire you to strive for more. Engage with a community of like-minded individuals, whether through networking groups, professional organizations, or personal relationships.
Sharing experiences, challenges, and successes with others fosters an atmosphere of mutual support and accountability. You can learn from each other's journeys, gaining insights that you may not have discovered on your own.
Mentorship is another powerful tool for lifelong growth. Seeking guidance from someone who has more experience or expertise in a specific area can accelerate your development. Mentors offer invaluable insights, provide constructive feedback, and challenge you to think differently. They can help you navigate obstacles and identify opportunities you may not have considered. A mentor's perspective can be incredibly enriching, offering you lessons that are grounded in real-world experience. However, it's essential to remain open to learning not just from mentors, but also from peers and even those who are less experienced than you. Everyone has something to teach sometimes. The most profound lessons come from unexpected sources. Regular self-reflection is vital for lifelong growth. Taking the time to pause and assess your progress allows you to identify areas for improvement and recognize the steps you've taken toward your goals.
Self-reflection helps you understand your motivations, strengths, and weaknesses, creating a clearer picture of what you want to achieve. This process encourages mindfulness and self-awareness, which are critical for personal development. Journaling, meditation, or simply setting aside quiet time to think can help you gain insights that inform your growth journey. By reflecting on your experiences, you reinforce your learning and set the stage for future growth. Embracing change is also a crucial aspect of committing to lifelong growth. Life is constantly evolving, and the ability to adapt is essential for continued development. Change can be unsettling, but it often brings new opportunities and insights.
By adopting a flexible mindset, you can navigate transitions with grace and resilience. Whether it's a career shift, a personal crisis, or a significant life change, embracing change allows you to learn and grow from each experience. Instead of resisting change, see it as an invitation to explore new possibilities. When you commit to being adaptable, you position yourself to thrive in any circumstance. Setting goals is a critical component of lifelong growth. Goals provide direction and purpose, helping you stay focused on your path. However, it's important to approach goal setting with an open mind. Instead of rigidly adhering to predetermined outcomes, allow your goals to evolve as you grow. Regularly reassess your aspirations and adjust them based on your experiences and newfound insights.
This fluid approach ensures that your goals remain relevant and aligned with your evolving vision of success. As you achieve milestones, celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. Recognizing your progress fuels motivation and reinforces your commitment to growth. Resilience is another essential quality for lifelong growth. The journey will undoubtedly present challenges, setbacks, and failures. However, resilience allows you to bounce back and keep moving forward.
Developing resilience involves cultivating a positive outlook and the ability to learn from adversity. When faced with obstacles, remind yourself that every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. Embrace the idea that failure is not the end, but a valuable part of the learning process. With resilience, you develop the strength to keep pursuing your goals, even when the path gets tough. Your attitude plays a significant role in your commitment to lifelong growth. Cultivating a positive, optimistic mindset can profoundly impact your ability to navigate challenges and pursue opportunities. A positive attitude fosters resilience and creativity, allowing you to see possibilities where others might see obstacles. Surround yourself with positivity through uplifting content, inspiring people, and affirmations that reinforce your commitment to growth. When you approach life with enthusiasm and optimism, you attract opportunities and experiences that align with your growth mindset. Ultimately, committing to lifelong growth is about embracing the journey of becoming the best version of yourself. It's recognizing that personal development is an ongoing process that requires dedication, perseverance, and an open hope and heart. When you commit to growth, you unlock your potential and become the architect of your life. You empower yourself to create a fulfilling and meaningful existence, continually striving for excellence in every aspect. This commitment transforms your life into an ever-evolving masterpiece, a testament to your relentless pursuit of growth, learning, and fulfillment. So take that leap of faith, embrace the uncertainty, and commit to lifelong growth. Each step you take on this journey will not only enrich your life, but also inspire those around you. Your commitment to growth can create a ripple effect, encouraging others to pursue their paths of development. As you evolve, you become a beacon of possibility, demonstrating that with dedication and the right mindset, anyone can achieve greatness. Embrace this commitment and watch as your life unfolds in ways you never thought possible.
In conclusion, the journey to becoming unstoppable and successful is paved with the principles we've explored together. Mastering your mindset allows you to shape your reality and harness your true potential.
Embracing massive action empowers you to break through barriers and transform dreams into tangible results. Leveraging pain and pleasure helps you navigate challenges with resilience while focusing on what you can control, keeps you grounded amidst life's uncertainties. Building unshakable confidence enables you to trust in yourself and your abilities, while finding and modeling mentors provides you with invaluable wisdom and insights. Raising your standards pushes you to strive for excellence in all areas of your life. And committing to lifelong growth ensures that you remain adaptable, curious, and open to new possibilities. Together, these principles form a powerful framework for achieving the success you desire. As you move forward, remember that success is not a destination, but a continuous journey. It requires dedication, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in yourself. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, learn from every experience, and surround yourself with those who inspire you to reach higher. You have the power to shape your destiny, and by committing to these principles, you will unlock the extraordinary potential within you. So go forth with confidence, take massive action, and never settle for anything less than your best. You are capable of achieving greatness beyond your wildest dreams. The world is waiting for your unique contributions. Embrace your journey and let your unstoppable spirit shine bright.